Hi friends, in this video, today I will explain if function in Microsoft Excel. So we will see what is if function, what is nested if function and how we can use them in Excel. So firstly, what is if function? So if function in Excel is a logical function which is used to test a condition and it returns one value if condition is true and the other value if the condition is false. The syntax for the same is, generally we know if we want to execute any function in Excel, firstly we need to put an equal sign. After that, we can write the name of the function. So here, if suppose the function is if, inside the brackets, we need to give the condition and then we can give the first value which we want to return or which we want to get as a return by the if function if the condition is true, and the second value if the condition is false. So now we will take first example to understand the if function. So here the condition is, suppose we want to create a pass and fail grading system based on the scores of the students. For the same, the criteria are, suppose if the student score greater than or equals to 50, then he or she should pass, or otherwise he or she should fail. So here some of the scores are given like 62, 70 and 48. Now we will write the grade in the next column and below that we can write the situation using the if function. As the given situation is a logical situation, we want to check whether the students has scored greater than or equals to 50 or not. So I am using an equal sign, then writing the name of the function if, opening bracket, checking if the score is greater than or equals to 50. In that case, student should pass. So in the double quote, I am writing pass, and after that, if the condition is not true, so it should return fail. Then we can close the bracket, press enter, and that way we can see we are getting pass. As we know, 62 is greater than or equals to 50, so f function is returning us pass. Then we can drag the same function till the last cell. We can see 70 is greater than 50, so we are getting pass. 48 is less than or equals to 50, so we are getting fail. Now friends, we can take the other complex situation which we can solve using the nested if. Nested if meaning is what? It is if inside if. So we are passing some other ifs inside the if function to get the solution of the problem. So here, suppose the problem is, if I order up to 500 units of a product, I pay $3 per unit. If I order from 501 to 1200 units, I pay $2.7 per unit. If I order from 1201 through 2000 units, I pay $2.3 per unit. If I order more than 2000 units, I pay $2 per unit. So now we want to write a formula that expresses the purchase cost as a function of a number of units purchased. For example, 495, 1230, 1850 and 2100. So friends, firstly, we will jot down this information in the table form to make it a little easier to understand. So firstly, I am writing unit up to, that is 500, 1200, 2000 and greater than 2000. The price will come in the next cell. Up to 500 price is 3, 1200 2.7, 2000 2.3, more than 2000 is 2. Now purchase units, which is 495, 1230, 1850 and 2100. Now we need to calculate the cost, that is purchase cost. So after purchased units, in the next column I have written cost. Below that I am putting an equal sign, writing the function if, opening the bracket. Now I want to check this purchased unit should be less than or equal to this up to unit, that is 500 units, I am making it freeze because I want to copy the same formula till the last cell. So every time these given situations should be constant. Every time the next cell should compare with this particular unit. So I am making it constant. So we know the logical function if will return us the first value if the condition is true. If suppose the condition is not true, in that case, as we need to check or compare this given purchased units with the remaining units also. So we are using here the nested if function. So at the false condition, I will use the if function, opening the bracket, taking again this units by the next unit, that is it should be less than or equals to this, that is 1200. You can constant this using the function F4 key. After this, in this condition, we will multiply the purchased units by the 2.7, which is given in the cell E9. You can make it constant, putting a comma. Again, I'm using if, opening the bracket. This time I will compare my purchased units by the 2000, which is available in the cell D10, making it constant, putting a comma. Then if it is a condition, I want my purchased unit should be multiplied by 2.3. If all these conditions are not true, in that case, I want my purchased unit should be multiplied by 2. And then I need to close 3 brackets. As I have opened the 3 brackets, I can press enter, and that way I can get the answer as 1485. I can drag the same condition till the last cell. So one mistake you can find, the mistake is that we have not made E12 constant. So I'm making it constant using the function F4. And then I'll come again at the first cell, and here I will make it this E10 constant, so that if I will drag the same, it should be coming or copied to the next cells. Yes. So now you can check. We are getting the answer. So we can say this thing. If a person is buying 495 units, the cost will be 1485. For 1230, cost will be 2829. For 1850, 4255. For 2100, it's 4200. So friends, this way, if function can be used by us. So you need to check if there is one condition, you will use if function. If it is more than one conditions, in that case, you are using nested if function. Thank you so much, friends, for watching this video. I hope this video will help you out to understand how we can use if and nested if. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for my next videos. Thank you.